Welcome to the Wellness Helpdesk with your host, Nike Lamodi, certified wellness coach and personal trainer. A wellness podcast focused on providing practical tips on how to curate a healthy lifestyle uniquely for you, where we discuss wellness hot topics with expert guests and have real candid conversations. It's the one-stop shop you need to get the help you've been looking for. Let's dive in. Hey, and welcome to the Wellness Helpdesk. This is the first episode of the very first season, and I'm so excited. This podcast has been 2 years in the making, y'all, and to be presently recording these episodes to put out into the world is so exhilarating to me. For this first episode, I thought it would just be appropriate to share just my story because I haven't always been health-oriented. The mission of this podcast, my own personal wellness philosophy, and what you can expect from the Wellness Help Desk. I feel like it's only right you should know what you're getting yourself into because that's how I like to work in my own life. I want to know what I'm signing up for. So first, I'm going to share about my story. I wasn't always so aware of what I'm putting on my body, what I'm putting in my body. And so I thought it would be best to share my story on how I got to being in this mindset. So I grew up a pretty healthy child, and my parents always stressed eating your vegetables and fruits and drinking our water. I honestly don't ever recall them buying a soda, honey buns, anything like that. And my sister and I were always active, whether it was in cheerleading or gymnastics. To be honest, we really had to depend on my aunt to have all the goodies in her homemade pound cakes if we wanted to enjoy some of the goodness that was sugar, right? So by the time I hit college, it was free game. I was completely inundating my body with all the things that I shouldn't have. But I remained active as a collegiate cheerleader, so that just really helped keep me in good shape. So post-college, I found myself eventually working in the healthcare field as a licensed physical therapist assistant. And it was during that time that I started to see the same perpetual cycle of chronic disease. Numerous comorbidities in my patients and a system that wasn't really getting them better. I couldn't help but realize that people were living longer, but they were sicker. And a year and a half into treating in the clinic, I lost my aunt unexpectedly to a heart attack. And this rocked my world because she was my best friend and my biggest cheerleader. She had been my personal hairstylist since I was born. And I just found myself reflecting back on the last 12 months prior to her passing, just trying to consider, were there warning signs that her body was giving off to alert us that something wasn't right? And if it was, how could I have missed them? What if those were the thoughts that were running through my mind after her passing? And a year and a half later after her passing, my dad passed from complications related to cancer. Through the last couple years of his life and just caregiving for him and being there, I saw just how the health system worked from a patient's point of view and how they were gaps in his care and how members of his healthcare team made some life-altering mistakes. So after his passing, I was just in a very low place, obviously. I felt worn down in every area, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And I don't remember how I found it, but I stumbled upon Dr. Joseph Arena's Instagram page in early 2019. That was the catalyst to me learning about all things environmental toxins, holistic health, naturopathic medicine, and how people were out here supporting their health in ways I had never even heard of before. So in the summer of 2019, I had this mysterious gut issue that came on suddenly, and I would randomly wake up in the middle of the night with bouts of vomiting and diarrhea for hours. I would have to miss work, or when I thought I felt good enough, I would go to work and treat patients not even feeling my absolute best. And over a period of 1 month, I lost 10 pounds. I went to see a specialist who ran a stool test on me. He was a GI doctor, and I was in his office all of 15 minutes, sent home, and then days later was left a voicemail from his assistant that everything came back normal. That was it. No follow-up, no concern. Well, I didn't feel normal, so I sought out my own answers, which took me deeper into holistic medicine, and I started focusing on my gut health, and things started to turn around. My symptoms were gone as quickly as they came on once I started focusing on my gut health, and in the fall of 2019, I worked with a holistic practitioner who essentially healed my adrenal fatigue, all with herbs and recommending some lifestyle changes. I was shocked. I continued to dig deeper into the research, and this new, beautiful world emerged. So fast forward to 2020, and I started a wellness blog. I started educating people on my Instagram about all that I was learning related to this. And then now, presently, I do wellness coaching because after I saw all the gaps online in the health and wellness space, I realized that people needed guidance and they needed help with implementation, not just more information. And so the Wellness Helpdesk was birthed from the stories, challenges, and desires I would not only see in the comment section in the health and wellness space, but also hear from my own clients. So what is the mission of the Wellness Helpdesk? What is the purpose? Well, I've become obsessed with how I can become a bridge between people being healthy and staying healthy. The mission of the Wellness Helpdesk is to educate, empower, and encourage people as we navigate the shared human experience called life in order to transform their health and well-being sustainably and impact the generations to come. And now I really want to share about my own wellness philosophy because there's a lot of definitions out there of what health is, wellness is, all of that. And this is where I land. I believe in medical autonomy, bio-individuality, and informed consent and choice. I believe in supporting one's health and well-being with the basics as a starting foundation, such as life-giving food, movement, stress management, quality sleep, time out in nature, and reducing the toxic burden, whether that's through the removal of toxic personal care products, cleaning up your water, improving your in-home air quality, and much more. So what can you expect on the Wellness Helpdesk? No topic will be left untouched as we touch on some hot topics. I'm talking about things that are lightly talked about or not talked about in the health and wellness space. We'll also cover some helpful habit formation tips that are based on evidence, share real stories, and I'll have some special guest experts as well. These practical tips are going to be provided on how to curate a healthy lifestyle uniquely for you. And there will be passion, laughs, probably some tears, and full-blown honesty. So I want you to bring your support tickets of life. And by listening to the Wellness Helpdesk, I'll help you grow through it, laugh through it, or get through it. I'll be sharing more pieces of my story throughout the podcast. And I hope that you're ready to deconstruct a lot of what you've been told regarding health and wellness. This will be a place where you'll definitely be challenged, but you will grow if you remain open. That's it for today's episode. Thank you for listening in. If you enjoyed the episode today, head over and leave me a review. This helps others find the podcast and be one step closer to curating their healthy lifestyle. Come connect with me over on Instagram at Nike_Lamodi. And if social isn't your thing, join my beautiful newsletter community via the link in the show notes. To learn more about exclusive one-on-one wellness coaching, head over to randawellness.com. As always, remember to give yourself grace.